Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube universe, what is going on with you on this Sunday? It is Sunday, December 11th, 2022, 5:02 p.m. California time. I'm, of course, your always gracious host, Fallon from GoNootropics.com. Coming at you with the coffee chairs. Good to see you guys. We are rolling through on this rainy Sunday afternoon with a video. Today marks the end. Well, actually, a few days ago marked the end of the 30-day No Kratom Challenge. And this is, of course, the second challenge we have done, the second 30-day No Kratom Challenge that we've completed. I'll have to go back and look. This challenge, I was not very attentive to the challengers, and for that, I apologize. People were just kind of, it was kind of like every man for themselves on this go around. I wasn't very present in the Discords. I'm not very present on YouTube for some of you guys who leave comments, and for that I apologize. But such is the way sometimes. And so this go around, I don't think very many people made it, man. I don't think there might be one person who completed the challenge the entire 30 days. Most people cracked, which was expected. This is what happened in the first challenge, the first 30-day No Kratom Challenge, is most people cracked. And, what do we learn from this other than the fact that Kratom is very addictive, very difficult to come off? And, it's a lot harder than people want to give it credit for, that's for sure. It certainly creates a type of compulsion to take the Kratom much more than coffee. I would still say the compulsion still isn't nearly as strong as, let's say, something like nicotine. But there is a very strong compulsion to take the Kratom. And if you've gotten into a habit of taking the Kratom upon waking, this is a very difficult habit to break. If you're in the habit of waking up, smoking a cigarette, or waking up and really doing anything, waking up and even making a cup of tea, psychologically, if you cut out something that you're typically accustomed to doing every single morning or every single day, once you remove that thing, it's like the body and the brain needs something to fill the void. You feel that resistance. And in the case of Kratom, very difficult indeed, on top of the withdrawals that you go through, the physical withdrawals and the psychological withdrawals that come afterwards. It makes Kratom a formidable opponent and difficult to quit for many people. And the many people who cracked during the challenge is a testimony to that fact. So this is the end of the 30-day challenge. I'm going to give the Kratom a break, talking about it, I should say, here on YouTube. You guys deserve some other types of content. I'm writing a book about Kratom. It's probably going to be the best book on Kratom that's out there on the market. There's not a lot of books, real books out there on Kratom. Using Kratom, what it does, how it fits into your life, the subtle ways it begins to take from you, quitting Kratom. If you find yourself 1 year, 2 years into this addiction, how do you come off? So I'm in the middle of writing a book, but I am going to take some space here on YouTube away from talking about the Kratom. Apart from this video is just kind of an end cap to the end of, once again, another 30-day No Kratom Challenge. So the challenge is over, and, we call it the challenge for a reason. It's not easy. Certainly not easy. In the book, I describe Kratom as somebody that you like, somebody that, comes into your life that you like. You allow them into your house. But this person starts taking small things from you, imperceptible things. They start stealing these small little items from you, like your cheese grater in the book. I call it like somebody coming into your house and stealing these inconsequential items. Somebody coming in, stealing like something small from like the back of the cabinet. Stealing something small from some dark corner of your house, items that you probably don't even know exist. But over time, they take from you every single day, just one small item after another. And then next thing you know, you're looking for the cheese grater, and the cheese grater is gone. And even though losing your cheese grater is not the end of the world, it's still an annoyance, isn't it? And it's like one day you wake up and there's all these things that, wait a second, what happened to that? What happened to my energy? What happened to my motivation? What happened to my drive? What happened to, these like little small things that you used to have? And while, yeah, you're still functioning and going to work, wouldn't it be nice if when you go to look for your cheese grater, the cheese grater is there? Or when you go to look for something small, that thing is there for you to use? Of course, Kratom's not going to take your car, right? You get on one of these opiates like heroin. This is like a person who comes in and loots out serious stuff from your house, loots your car, steals your car, burns your whole damn house down. And Kratom is obviously much more subtle than that. It's going to take small things from you, small little imperceptible items that add up over time. Next thing you know, you don't got a dang screwdriver in the house. You don't got your cheese grater. You don't have all these small things, but they all kind of add up. They add up in your life. And one day you wake up not feeling good. It's been a couple of years on the Kratom. It's not really delivering a lot of the positives that it once gave you. And then you just got to face the wolf, come off, battle through the withdrawals, and deal with a lot of the crap that it throws. You kick somebody out of your house and there's a little resistance, right? That person becomes angry. And it resists you a little bit and makes your life hard. And that's exactly what Kratom does. Makes your life just a little more difficult. Steals these small things from you with a smile on its face. You wake up looking for the cheese grater and your screwdriver and, light bulbs, like little small things like that. It's like, remember the Grinch? Even stole the light bulb out of the house, baby. And you're thinking, man, well, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but it would be nice to have a light bulb right about now. It'd be nice to have the screwdriver. It would be nice to have the cheese grater. It'd be nice to have your energy. It'd be nice to have your sex drive, right? So these are the small things that Kratom takes from you over time. Imperceptible at first, but over the long haul they become big things. If you lose all the small things in your house, losing them one at a time, it's like the frog in the pot. In the boiling water, the frog, because the rise in temperature of the water is so minute and so drawn out over a long enough time scale, the frog doesn't know it's being boiled. But one day the frog wakes up and it's like, man, it's getting hot in here, baby. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. So that is that. Kratom. This is the end of the era for me. I'm not going back to Kratom. I think it's been about maybe 40 days. 40 days. 38 to 40 days or something like that. The challenge ended, I don't know, quite some time ago. I'll have to look. But it's well been over the time of the 30 days. And so congrats to the challengers who made it this far. Congrats to, the people who tried. You got to at least try if you got a problem. You don't want to tick the Kratom. You got to at least try. And even if you fail the first time, well, at least you know kind of what you can expect. And so you can prepare better for the next time you try to come off. A lot of people struggle with a lot of the psychological problems after coming off Kratom, like the boredom. You're just so dang bored sometimes in your life. Your life gets into a routine and you just want something to kind of, polish the turds. And that's always how I've described Kratom. It's just a turd polisher. It's a turd polisher. It's just polishing the turd of life. And you're working, you're kind of grinding it out, and life has become this kind of monotonous thing day after day. And the Kratom just takes a paintbrush, polishes up the turd, baby. polishes up that turd, and then one day that polish starts wearing off. And the turd starts to expose itself, and it doesn't work that great in the long term. If you could get away with using Kratom on occasion, great. Some people like myself can't do that. It's kind of an all or nothing thing. It's no fault of our own. I got away with moderation for a while until I couldn't. And it's similar with alcohol. I would have moments in my alcoholism where I would just have a few drinks. But I found that the amount of willpower it took to expend that amount of willpower and to expend the energy just to have a couple or just to take Kratom on the weekends grew too much, And when I wasn't taking it, it was like pining for the day, pining for the weekend where I allowed myself to use the thing. And this wears on you in a different way. It wears on you in these other ways. Even though you're not taking it, it's still in your mind. The Kraken is still in your mind, taking your energy. So it's like this. It's one of these things, if you can't moderate it, it's better just to get it out of your life totally. If you're thinking about it, if it's, Monday, you only allow yourself to take the Kratom on the weekends or whatever your schedule is, your moderation schedule is. Better just to, if you're taking it on the weekends and thinking about it all week, that's no way to live, baby. That is no way to live. So this is the end of the 30-day No Kratom Challenge. We're going to move on to new frontiers. I'll be bringing back Kratom once the book is complete, once I wrap the book up to promote the book. It's going to be a really good book and very helpful for people taking Kratom who want to come off of Kratom, maybe who don't know anything about Kratom. And once the book is wrapped up, I'll talk about it. I'll bring it back and show you guys the book. And that'll be that. This is something that you don't want to spend too much time thinking about. Get the info you need, figure it out, see it for what it is, read about it, and move on. Decide if it's something you're going to be on for the long term. Some people have made that decision. That's fine. That's totally fine. But for the vast majority of others, they do reach a point with Kratom where it's not delivering good results. They're finding moderating their usage is hard, and it's best to come off. And it's like, well, how do you do it? How do you come off long term? I think anybody could come off relatively easily for a couple weeks, even 30 days. People can do it. But it's kind of that long-term game, isn't it? That proves to be challenging in the long term. Knowing that you could just go down to your smoke shop and your local smoke shop and pick some up. That's a different game in and of itself. And it presents certain unique challenges that I talk about in the book and how to handle it. I came off the booze in kind of the same way. I reached a point with the alcohol where enough was enough. And I've reached that point with Kratom too. And I know I'm going to come off this for good because I remember feeling the same exact way with alcohol. Just thinking, man, this is just not worth it. And you do get to a point where enough is enough. And you just walk away and you just learn to deal with it. Roll with the punches, keep the train rolling. And that is that. So that is the video of the day, my friends. Once again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Fallon, go to nootropics.com. And as always, I will see you very soon. Peace.